For the next couple weeks, my free time is going down the drain, so what's easier than a 1 AM anime video? How about a top 5 of shows I've already done videos on? So today we're going to be counting down my personal top 5 favorite shonen anime, and with this list we'll be excluding seinen and more mature fantasy shows. For example, even though I love them, you won't be seeing Trigun, Overlord, or The Ancient Magus Bride. Well, not today at least. With that being said, I'll get into number 5, which may surprise some really bad listeners who are quick to leave. But yes, I actually really like My Hero Academia. I've literally only made positive videos on it, but whatever. MHA mainly sells me on its supporting cast and style, but what Studio Bone show doesn't look amazing? My Hero doesn't exactly take us back to the golden age of shonen or whatever hype the fans want to throw around, because it's so much more than that. It seems like every new shonen that comes out is immediately considered a clone of one of the big three. It's either a Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece ripoff, but I've always considered My Hero closer to Full Metal Alchemist, considering it's good. I don't like One Piece, I'm sorry. Alright, I haven't been killed yet, so I think we might be good. Or not, since MHA fans have already made it pretty clear how much they hate me. Places 4, 3, and 2 really hurt to rank. Honestly, you could ask me this list in a couple months, and those 3 places could be switched around. But for now, Radiant is number 4. As soon as I found out my favorite studio was adapting this dope French manga I've read a bit of, I knew this would become an addiction. Radiant starts off a little slow, but in all that downtime, you get a sense of how strong Seth is with Yaga's training, and, well, it's not overly impressive at first glance. But on one faithful day, Kino decided to watch episode 15 of Radiant before bed, and his world would never be the same. So, third place is here for a couple reasons. 1, well, because I love it. 2, because my videos on it seem to be fan favorites. And 3, because it's never really been a chore to sit down and watch it every week. I know most of you would expect this to be number 1, or maybe number 2. But Black Clover is my third favorite shonen. If you need a deeper explanation as to why I love Black Clover, check the iCard for a video on that very topic. But in short, Black Clover sells me on how pure of a shonen it is. Where most excel in a very specific area of the genre, Black Clover does a great job balancing its characters, major plots, and B-plots. With all the time they dedicate to every aspect of shonen, they're really able to fill the time slot of a long-running show without feeling painfully slow. And maybe just because it's not long enough yet, but I'm just saying, Black Clover hasn't had 100 episodes worth of filler. Number 2 might be a little weird just because I don't think I've ever really talked about it on my channel, and I rarely talk about it on Twitter. Maybe someday Black Clover will pass it, but for right now, my second favorite shonen is Soul Eater. The only time I've ever even mentioned it on my channel is in my first What Your Favorite Anime Says About You. My reason for loving Soul Eater as much as I do is kinda varied. The main thing that drew me in was the art style. Soul Eater just looks so different from anything else I was watching, and I can't think of any show, anime, or cartoon that does the Halloween vibe any better. Also, starting the series off with Maka and Soul already top of their class, it takes out so much boring wind-up. Plus, Dr. Stein was one of my younger Halloween costumes. No, you will never see that picture. So at this point, someone might be looking through my backlog trying to figure out what shonen I've talked about to see what my favorite is before I even say it. Which, I don't know why you would ever do that, but no, it's not Hinomaru Sumo. If you follow me on Twitter, which you totally should by the way, it's always the top link in the description, I'm sure you would know what it is by now. Well, unless you followed me in the past couple days, then you'll only see D.Gray-Man. Oops. The One Piece comparisons aren't gonna stop because my favorite shonen anime is Fairy Tail. Now, I'm well aware everything I'm gonna say can also be said for One Piece, but I gave that show the better part of 100 episodes, so just get off my back. I just don't like it. It's not for me. Fairy Tail has so many episodes with dramatically different arcs that there's kind of something for every shonen fan. Not every arc is we gotta go beat the bad guys. Not every arc is life or death, and not every arc is good, let's be real. Fairy Tail has some amazing arcs like the Edelus arc, Tenro Island, and my favorite, the Grand Magic Games, which, side note, is the best tournament arc I have ever seen. But it doesn't even have to stick to being solely a tournament arc to be great. The arc gets so weird, crazy, depressing, and fulfilling later on. But then there's the Infinity Clock arc, which I literally slept through, it was so boring. But looking back at it, apparently the Arashio and Sace come back and Aragorn loses all of his hair and starts looking kind of insane, so I might need to go finish it. The pros just outweigh the cons by such a dramatic amount for me in Fairy Tail. Season 0 is in my top 5 favorite anime, and by extension, the entire show deserves to be. One thing I always look for in any show is a good villain. I can love your main cast, but if you only give me B-plot villains I can't enjoy, your show's gonna suffer. I'll make a video on villains soon because I wrote this into the script and basically ruined the entire point of this top 5, but Fairy Tail houses some amazing villains and this show is easily my favorite shonen. Thanks for watching. Check your screen for the 1am anime playlist and a video YouTube seems to think you'll dork out over. Or check the description for anything you need. Well, peace weebs.